Welcome, I'm Rob. You join me at TeamSport Crawley in electric karts. Crawley is a fantastic looking track. I'm about to experience it for the first time. They are recently upgraded to these electric karts. They're only a couple of weeks old, if that, at the time that I'm now visiting. The track layout was changed earlier on in the year, so it should be reasonably well rubbered in. So let's start our very first lap. We are, unfortunately though, under yellow flags. There's quite a full group and this is a Saturday session, so I'm not expecting track record performance. It's more just to experience this track and experience these electric karts a bit more. I'm coming round to them the more and more that I drive them. I'm still not completely happy with them though. I'm yet to experience them on this power level 4 that everyone raves about, so maybe that could be the big difference. We are running on power level 3 here today, not that we're doing much of that right now. A rather long red flag for the flag tests, but they're now complete. We go straight to greens this time. I roughly know the layout, I have watched a couple of videos, so I know where we're going to be heading, but I don't know how slippery the track is. I often comment that a particular track has slippery concrete compared to what I'm used to, and that is true. The comments that I get often say all TeamSport tracks are slippery concrete. They're not. Drive Sheffield. The concrete is textured, and it makes a big difference to the grip levels. This is smooth, polished concrete, as with most other TeamSport tracks, and yeah, it's a lot more slippery. And I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be surprised, let's say, if these electric karts used a harder compound of tyres to those that we use on other tracks in the petrol karts, and I suspect that probably makes it even more slippery. We have a banked corner here, which turns out to be quite rewarding when we get it going. Unfortunately, this is a public session, as I said, so we're going to have some issues. As the driver in front experiences that slippery concrete getting going again. And so has that one. He's locked his brakes and I've been left with nowhere to go except into the side of him, completing his little pirouette. A Saturday session, public one. This was about 2 o'clock, I think. It's not ever going to be anything fantastic, so my expectations are quite low for the session. The second one, I'm hoping, usually is a little bit better as people get the hang of it a little bit more, but we'll see when that comes. This corner, as you come round, you come down. You do that at speed, I'm pretty sure the front wheels lift off the ground, just momentarily. Unfortunately, we have another spun kart and therefore
definitely red.
Another red flag. I hadn't spotted this guy as I'd moved over onto him, so I gave him a quick apology. The kart is easily recovered and we are released straight greens once more. As I do a one-handed, with my hand on the wrong side of the steering wheel, a one-handed drift. Another spun out car, I'm going rather slow, I'm just trying to make some space ahead of me as we get the red flag for that car anyway. It's red, but I took a very long time to actually stop there.
I completely forgot about the boost button.
But it was only a brief one, thankfully. And this time we are released under yellows for an extended period. So I'm using that again to try and make a little bit more of a gap ahead of me, but unfortunately they are going very slowly indeed. We go to green and I hold back a little bit more. But there's still a lot of karts ahead of me. This bit of the track is rather fun here as the camber changes as you go under the beam across the top and the kart spins on the brakes. And then once again, rewarding drop and then into the banked corner really hard. Unfortunately, there's an obstacle course for me to clear on the way through. Once again, not quite feeling that concrete and very wide of any apex there. And we're under yellows once more as we've got another kart struggling to keep it facing the right direction. We're back to greens though, it was a nice quick one. And the thing I've realised is I've not used my boost button. It's still flashing red at me, my thumb's now hovering over it as I'm ready to try and possibly go for a quick one. Decided very late on to press it along this straight, probably should have pressed it a bit sooner. That cambered corner is fantastic. We bring it round over the next round. Slightly better through that corner. This one here, kart wants to swing it out. Comes through and I've messed it up. I've got very slidey under that. I've gone for the button again, although it's clearly not going to do anything. And around the final hairpin, across the line, and that is a 52.8, my first fast lap of TeamSport Crawley. As it turns out, it was my only fast lap of this session. Yeah, Saturdays. Yellow flag, not sure why this one came up. We didn't get to see the incident ourselves, but it's a yellow flag nonetheless. We're back to green and I've decided I'm just going to have some fun and slide it through these corners. I've gone for that boost button there this time. I don't think I actually pressed it. I've gone for it again. Gone for it again. I'm not sure what I'm actually doing with the button, but clearly I've decided I just need to keep pressing it. Yellow flags come out, so another interrupted lap here then. As I've come across the incident, I've raised my hand to warn anyone behind me that I'm going even slower. Marshall's waved me to the one side of her and I've gone for that side. Very well executed, if I say so myself. Back to greens, and as you put your foot down that straight, it really wants to spin up the rear tyres. It's quite impressive, to be fair. Petrol karts certainly wouldn't do that. That instant torque is something else. The old pit lane there is a bit slippery, but it doesn't affect it that much, really. Tried using the boost here instead this time, and the slidey karts in front just prevented anything from working out as we avoid going into the side of this driver in front of us. Yes, that was a flag-free lap, but it wasn't a particularly quick one due to this kart, not the one directly in front of us, but the blue suit in front of him, as I've nearly rolled into the back of 19 there as well, as he's taken a slow line trying to find anything that he can do to be passing the cars in front of him. Once again, I've nearly hit the back of him there. And now someone thinks they're a hero. Although, he decided to take the right line through there. Kart 10 got a massive slide on exit there, and I've just gone around the outside. I've actually used my boost along this straight instead, because there's grip tape through the corner, but it still slides the kart. Doing a bit more tape there. So, the hero. Can we now get back in front of him on this final lap? No. We've come back, and we were 4th fastest of this session. Not ideal, but with only one clear lap, I'm not overly bothered by it. As I say, I wasn't here for track time, I was here to experience the track. And of course, the wonderful, lovely staff at TeamSport Crawley. But that's not all, of course, we get a second session. We start this lap under yellow flags. Once more, it takes quite a while to get everyone out of the pits. So, a second session of a public Saturday visit. I'm hoping, as things usually do, they go a little bit better in the second session. Unfortunately, I was very tight on time and didn't have time to do a third session as I would normally try and do, so I've had to make do with just these 2 today. Using that boost button along this middle straight once more. It at least closed me up to the cars in front, even if I can't quite find a way through just yet. It's irrelevant though, as once as expected, here are those yellow flags. Not that the kart driver in the green suit spotted those flags. Still, with the yellow flags, they're driving at a slightly higher pace than me, so I made a small gap. Doesn't quite take as long as I was hoping though to catch back up to me. Using the boost along this middle straight once more. I did experiment with boost in a couple of places, and I think that's where I ended up using it the most. So it was a flag-free lap once more, but as you can see, we're in the middle of a lot of traffic. A 53.9 for this one. It looks like Kart 12, if he can clear the traffic, might have quite a nice run with me. We'll have to see. If it wasn't for these yellow flags, and once again I'm past 100 of the yellow flags as the guy in the yellow suit just decides to stick it up the inside. Everyone's going very slow for whatever the incident is up here as the marshal needs to enter the track. So I've backed off, raised my hand in case anyone is behind, making sure she has the space she needs to do what she needs to do, and passing very slowly, very safely. The yellow flags turn to green and I light up the rear wheels as I put my foot on the throttle on this concrete. Was a little bit upset with the kart there, but quite frankly, there was no reason to be. He was lining himself up to take a turn, although not quite sure what's going on now. We'll do the old boosty boy down the middle straight and see if we can get that kart that's behind us away from us. He's decided to do the same thing probably, and he's up on my inside, making sure I'm leaving him the space. Still holding on to my track position, although if I don't get past this kart ahead soon, things are going to go wrong. As kart 2031 even comes through finally. How's he going to clear kart 26? He's not, he's going to drive into the back of it instead. The yellow flags once more, so we are rather slow along this middle straight, and no boosty button this time. My thumb is hovering over it though, so I suspect when we go green I'm just going to press it, no matter where we are on the track. No, I did back off and not use it, although I'll line up where I think I'm going to go. 31 gave a wave to someone watching from the sides there. And has he made it up the inside of 26? Not really, but it's through. We're both through, and now it's time for me to try and get back past 31 myself. Wasn't quite sure why he decided to do one-handed drifting through there. I don't think he was waving at anyone, I think he was literally Tokyo drifting it. At least he has some pace to him, if not the best driving style. But we have finally set a decent lap time for a Saturday session, remember, of a 51.6. and he's run wide on the slippery concrete, so I've stuck it up the inside, made sure I've got the traction to get out, and have completed a slightly faster lap of a 51.499. As expected though, this second session is going slightly better than the first, and at least we have now had a couple of laps without any flags. Or should I not say that? There's that red flag. I've stopped at the bottom of the ramp rather than messing around trying to stop on it or at the top. We're back to green, and there are 4 karts that I'm going to have to try and clear. Boosting out of the corner, and I've completed the move around the outside there. Boost button's handy for things like that, as long as they don't go for it too. Really love that corner. I reacted to them going into the slide, which is what put me into a bigger slide. And he's apparently come to a stop through that corner. And he's done it again. Why are you stopping mid-corner? Nearly got caught out by him there, and this time I've decided I'm not playing your game. I'm just going to squeeze up the inside through here. I had to fight with some traffic, and so I can't quite improve on my lap time. But that is it for my visit to TeamSport Crawley, as someone has made a mistake. That is it for my visit to TeamSport Crawley. A 51.499, as I say though, I'm not here to try and set a track record, I'm here to enjoy the track and see what it is. More experience in these electric karts is always a good thing too, and Chrissy, who runs the TeamSport Crawley Instagram page, had been nagging me for a little while to come down. I finally made it. So, this track is an amazing track. Definitely up there as one of my favourites. It's a very technical track, but has some fantastic features like the big drop and then straight into a cambered corner as well. I don't think Leicester has a cambered corner. I've not been to Leicester yet, and I don't think I can recall any other tracks having such a feature. Fantastic. The guy in Kart 31 actually jumped out, you'll probably see it before I cut this video, jumped out and said, fantastic racing, you really enjoyed it. That was always nice to hear. So as always, thank you so much for joining me on my go-karting adventures. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave some feedback down below in that comments section. If you really enjoy my videos, maybe consider joining the channel membership. £1 a month will get you early access to these videos. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. We hit 1,000 subscribers back at the end of September. I still haven't done anything about it. I am close to organising it, and I will give an update fairly soon. This video is recorded a lot sooner than you're seeing it uploaded. So by the time this goes live, you may even already know. I don't know where the next one is, I can't remember right now, but until next time, cheers.